I know you can do this. You got to put your mind to it. Focus. Get prepared. You can do this. What better things to tell your friends than that you learned how to make sushi at home during this quarantine? That's something to be proud of. Okay? Stick with me and I'll bring you through the whole entire process. Today what we're going to do is we're going to prepare some sushi. We're doing two different types. We're doing shrimp tempura and California rolls. Okay, so this is the type of rice that I'm using today for my sushi. There's two important steps that you must do with the rice. Number one, measure correct amount, and what you're going to do is prior to cooking is rinse the rice. And you're going to rinse it to get the starch out and basically till the water is clear. Drain the rice completely, then put your rice back in the pot for the steamer, and then measure the proper amount of water. Let the rice sit for a good 10 minutes prior to cooking. What this is going to allow is for the rice to absorb some of the water. So I just want to talk a little bit more about the rice steamer. That's probably the easiest and best way of cooking any type of sushi style rice. You can do it on the stove, but it's just, there's a large variation. This is a nice, gentle, even cook. Probably the best tool to use as far as when it comes to sushi. You see them in every sushi bar, so you gotta use what the big guys are using. You know what I'm saying? Use what the big guys are using. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting the cucumber for the California roll. So first I'll go in half. And what you did see me do is I took the seaweed and I measured how long the seaweed was for what size cucumber I need to go for the length. You're going to cut it into a quarter, and then you're going to cut the inside out. Okay? And then that'll be trash. So you do want to trim this down a little bit. I mean, since, you know, the cucumbers are in different sizes. As you get comfortable with this, you'll know exactly what size to have for your sushi as you get more experience. So in the California roll, you're going to have cucumber, crab, and avocado. And the shrimp tempura, I typically use cucumber, avocado in both. And then what I have is roasted asparagus in the shrimp tempura. And that's about it. So they have similar ingredients, which makes it a little bit easier when prepping. Completely get all that starch out, whatever's remaining, and then go ahead and put the proper measurement. It was 1.5 cups of rice to 2 cups of water. Alright, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the bamboo mats prepared, so when I'm ready to roll, they're ready to go. All you really need to do is just wrap them in plastic. If you have plastic film like I have here, that's going to be perfect. That's just so the rice doesn't stick to the bamboo. So you should wrap it a couple times just to make sure that none of the product gets on the mat. And that's about it. That'll keep the rice off as well. Okay? Just like that. Alright, the rice is cooking right now in the steamer. When it comes out, our next step with the rice is we're going to season it with rice wine vinegar. Alright, so there's a couple different rice wine vinegars that they sell in the store. This one I actually just found is actually seasoned already. Typically what I like to do is I do like to cook my own rice wine. I get the rice wine vinegar and then I just add salt and sugar until it's to my liking, and I add lemon to it as well. But this seems to be perfect already. It's going to give the rice a good taste. That's what's really going to give you a distinctive taste when you're eating your sushi. So definitely try this or make your own seasoned rice wine. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about preparation of the sushi. So you have your bamboo mat. It already has plastic on it, right? Now, once we have our rice completed and it's ready to be used, there is something to know about this seaweed. There is two sides of the seaweed. You will see, I don't know if you can see on the camera or not, but this has a more textured line, okay, compared to this shinier side. When you're applying the rice, you're going to apply it to the textured line. That's going to help it stick to the seaweed. That's very important. So, if you're doing a regular maki roll, that is the type that we're preparing, like shrimp tempura. We will have the grid side lines right on top, okay? So we'll put our rice, we'll put our ingredients, and then basically it's just like rolling a tortilla or a burrito. Nice and easy, nice and simple. And I'll take you through that step next, okay? All right, so the rice just got done. So now what we need to do is we basically need to incorporate the vinegar in with the rice. So when you're hand-on rice, you don't want to beat it up, number one. This steamer comes with this good plastic paddle that you could use. And I'm going to transfer the rice into the plastic bowl. Typically, and the best thing to use is a bamboo bowl. However, for some odd reason, my bamboo bowl is missing and I cannot locate it. So I'm just improvising today for the video for you guys, so just bear with me, okay? So then this is my sushi vinegar. I'm gonna add just a little bit, just to season, okay? And then lightly toss, all right? You wanna make sure that you're very gentle with this. You don't want the granules of the rice to be mushy. Because if they become mushy, they become unappealing. And this is the part that's very delicate. What you can do is you can actually cool it down a little bit since it just came out of the steamer. All right, so just add air to it. All right, it's still nice and warm. We're gonna add a little bit more vinegar to it. And then from there, we will basically, we'll taste it to see how it tastes. If it needs more, we'll add more. We'll go from there. All right? But you get the point. Be very gentle with this. All right, so right now what we're going to do is we're going to do a California roll. So we're just going to put a little bit of rice on the outside of each. Okay? And then we're going to lightly pat it down. All right? So again, you have to use the side of the seaweed that looks like it has somewhat of a grid compared to the other side, which is shiny. This is the side where the seaweed, where the rice will stick to the seaweed. And we're going to be nice and gentle with the rice so we're not pushing it down and mushing it up. Because what you want to see is you want to see these granules of rice. Okay? And then from there, we will flip this over. What this is called is a maki roll, but it's reverse style. Reverse style maki means that the rice is on the outside. So then all we need to do is just add our cucumber, our imitation crab, or you can use real crab. And then throw a little bit of avocado in there. And then that's it. Now some people do put some sort of, sesame seed on the outside or some sort of rice flavoring, yada, yada, yada. You can if you want to. It's up to you. We're just going to do this plain Jane just so you see it. So here you go. You're going to use the mat. You're not going to squish it. You're going to use your hands. And then just nice and gentle, okay? Just let the mat do the work, all right? So then, once we go one time, we can actually pull back. Okay, walk the mat back to tighten up the roll. Okay, just like that. And then that's it. Just like that. If you want to tighten it up a little bit more, you can. But you see how you can still see the granules of the rice, which is nice and neat. Again, if you wanted to add some sort of sesame or rice seasoning on it, you can. But from here, that's finished product. Okay, the next roll that we're going to do is shrimp tempura. What I like to do is I use a full-size sheet. Again, use the grid side, not the shiny side, so the rice will stick. When you're doing a regular maki roll, which basically means that the rice is on the inside, it doesn't need as much rice as far as if it was on the outside, because you're just wrapping it up and everything like that. And given the fact of how much rice I did make for what I'm making here currently, I kind of have to stretch what I have to make it work. So just keep that in mind. It doesn't have to have rice all over the place because it's a larger sheet, and you know, it will go the whole length. All right, so we're doing our shrimp tempura, which consists of whatever you basically want, but you have to have a shrimp tempura style. What I do is I just basically put some cucumber in here, avocado. Like I said, similar ingredients as far as the California roll. Makes it easier when you're shopping, you know, to have similar ingredients. So, all right, that's there. That's your avocado, and then also roasted asparagus, which is nice. You put these on the outside, just like this. Okay, and then you can actually put a sauce inside, which will make it nice. I just have a sriracha mayonnaise from there. Then you're just going to use your mat, keep this intact, and then just roll, just like you would a tortilla. Nice and easy. All right, smooth it out a little bit, like that, like that. Okay, you're good. See what I'm saying? Like, you don't need rice. Like, you don't have to go heavy with the rice on this one. And then what I always like to do is just go a little bit reverse, just to back it up, so I could tighten up the roll. And then that'll be it. So now let me just cut both of these. All right, so then once you have your roll completely filled, use a sharp knife. Hopefully this knife is sharp enough. Yeah. And then
so you cut it in half, so it makes
cut it in half. Yeah, absolutely. You can cut them both at the same time if you feel comfortable doing that. With the regular maki style, you can even use a serrated knife on this, which isn't a bad idea. But you should get at least 8 pieces out of this. All right, so you could trim the ends just like that, make it nice and neat. All right. I should have did that first, but it's okay. You know where I'm going with this. Okay. So then we could just set it up just like this. Put the good one in front. So this is going to be shrimp tempura. Avocado, cucumber, asparagus.